Thought I'd talk with you a little bit today about how I got back into composing songs daily again. A little bit of backstory here. When we were quarantined during the pandemic, I had a lot of time in my hands. I didn't have any gigs, and so I had a lot of time to write. I lost all the calluses from playing the guitar on my hands because I wasn't playing hardly any guitar. Lost some of my vocal range because I was spending all my time writing. And as soon as they let us start playing live again, then that added a whole new set of responsibilities. I've got gigs on a weekly basis now, and so I always have to be practicing to get ready for those gigs, and there's all kinds of other responsibilities. So anyway, after getting back into the habit during that time of being quarantined, I got out of the habit again, and I realized I hadn't really written anything again in about a year. So, we all have those habits we're trying to develop, and we keep putting it off. And one day I was asking myself a couple weeks ago, like, why can't you do this? You practice every day, you exercise every day. And I realized, well, those things I had decided were really important to me. I decided, quite a few years ago, I was going to exercise every single day, at least 6 days a week. And so I rarely miss a day, and now it's a habit. The way I developed that habit is I started doing it first thing every morning. And I watched a TED Talk a while back, and they were talking about exercise, and I can't remember the exact number he gave, but he said people who exercise first thing in the morning are I think he said I don't know if he said 10 times or 50 times more likely to stick with that than people who do it later in the day. So anyway, I decided to apply this same thing. I thought, well, if I can make time to practice every day and exercise, I should be able to make time to write every day. So that's what I started doing a couple weeks ago. I started first thing getting out of bed, getting my coffee, going downstairs to my studio, and I started writing. And so I've been real consistent about that for the last 2 weeks. I changed my routine just a little bit. I eat breakfast first, and then I go down and write. But I try to do at least one of the first things. And to clarify what I'm actually doing, I don't actually necessarily write a new song all the time. Some of that writing is working on arrangements. Some of it's finishing things that I should have finished long ago. There was, I think, 3 songs for this new album I'm working on, and the reason I haven't recorded them with my band is because the arrangements basically weren't done. So I kept putting that off. It was on my to-do list for weeks and weeks, and finally, I think I've got 2 of the 3 done. Wrote a brand new instrumental tune, kind of a calypso piece inspired by Sonny Rollins' St. Thomas. And so anyway, we're making progress. And it's all because I decided this was important enough for me to do every day. I also set a really realistic goal. I set a goal to do it 30 minutes per day, which is something I thought I could stick with. Usually it ends up going over that. Usually it ends up being about 45 minutes, sometimes an hour. If I'm right in the middle of a train of thought, trying to figure out a chord progression, and I'm trying to try some things out, I try to finish what I'm doing before I save it and close that out, because I don't want to forget where I was. So anyway, I thought you might all find this interesting, and I thought it might help you also if you're a musician trying to develop the habit of either practicing or composing or songwriting, or maybe you have another art that you've been putting off for years, painting maybe, or drawing, or writing stories. So hopefully that'll help you, and hope you found this interesting, and we will talk with you next time.